Live, this is Fox 56 News, first at 10, with Dane Moran and Ryan Cummings.
This is a tragic incident that has befallen our city, and I assure you that we are doing everything we possibly can to conduct a very thorough investigation into this matter.
The San Bernardino Police Department speaking at a press conference earlier today about a shooting this afternoon.
3 people now confirmed dead, including a student and a teacher. Another student is in stable condition tonight. School officials saying the shooter was the teacher's husband. It all happened this morning at North Park Elementary School. Police saying it all came about following a domestic dispute.
Far too often in our country and throughout the world, we gather to report this news of tragic events that take place. I want the parents and teachers of North Park Elementary to know of my concern for their health and their welfare and their safety. As was reported, our police department, together with the school police department, responded immediately, was on site to bring to arrest the event.
The school will be closed for at least the next 2 days, and we will have more on this story for you coming up later in the newscast. The second week of testimony in the Eric Frein murder trial underway in Pike County.
Today's focus, a note investigators found in a trash bag and the day Frein was captured.
Fox 56's Brian Sheehan was back in the courtroom as the trial continued.
Dane and Ryan, Pike County District Attorney Ray Tompkins says that the prosecution expects to wrap up their case sometime next week, as today's testimony largely focused on that 48-day manhunt and Frein's capture. Inside the courtroom, Trooper James Hitchcock continued his testimony from Friday about evidence found at Frein's campsite in the woods. Hitchcock says his team found 3 crumpled up pieces of medium-sized notepaper in a trash bag exactly 1 month before Frein was captured. The note, allegedly written by Frein, describes the shooting at the Blooming Grove Barracks. Got a shot around 11 p.m. and took it. He dropped. I was surprised at how quick, the letter begins. Major George Bivens, who was in charge of the manhunt for Frein, and U.S. Marshals also took the stand to testify about the day Frein was captured at an abandoned hangar in Monroe County. They detailed how they arrested an unarmed Frein who was walking through high grass outside the hangar. While on the ground, marshals say Frein turned to them and asked if he could tell them where 2 rifles and 1 pistol were located inside the building. Now today's testimony wrapping up here around 11 o'clock this morning in observance of Passover. Trial is expected to resume tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Reporting in Milford, Pike County, I'm Brian Sheehan, Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Frein's parents were not inside the courtroom today. Dixon's wife, Tiffany, also not inside the room for today's testimony.
A brush fire in Taconic Township destroyed nearly 15 acres today. It started around noon after a tree fell onto a power line off Route 92. 11 fire departments responded, including DCNR. 2 airplanes and several helicopters also dumped water on that fire. Crews had to use ATVs to get to the scene and also take water from a nearby pond to fight the flames.
From your weather authority, this is your Fox 56 News first forecast.
Well, today was one of those days where if you had to go to work, you just wanted to find a reason to call out sick. But hey, we are here regardless, talking to you about just this. 82 degrees. That ties a record in Wilkes-Barre, and you look across the region, most spots as well. Record or near record warmth in the lower 80s. That is way warmer than where we should be normally, and we are still holding on to some cloud cover this evening, keeping us warm at the surface. But coming up, not only will we once again have another sunny, warm day tomorrow, but we are also dealing with the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow. Coming up in about 10 minutes, I'll take you through the next 24 hours and show you how a little bit of the summer is here in the spring.
A toddler is in the hospital tonight after police say she got a hold of a bag of meth Sunday morning. Officers telling us it happened at the girl's Wayne Township home in Schuylkill County. The 22-month-old had to be flown to the hospital. Troopers say a 26-year-old and his 24-year-old girlfriend are responsible, but right now no charges have been filed.
A suspect is behind bars accused in a number of recent robberies. West Hazleton police arrested 29-year-old Kurt Moomey. Officers say the first robbery happened Thursday when he allegedly pointed a gun at somebody on Highway 93 and demanded their money. Then on Saturday, he's accused of robbing a pantry quick. Moomey is facing 2 counts of robbery as well as making terroristic threats and theft.
New at 10 tonight, thousands of people across Lackawanna County are still under a boil water advisory. Fox 56's Katie Berlin spoke to some in the area who are dealing with the inconvenience.
Oliphant resident Ed Bilwaski still can't drink his tap water.
If you take medication, obviously you need water, with your medication. You need water for your coffee, your tea, whatever else you're drinking.
Numerous communities in Lackawanna County are still under a boil advisory until further notice following a water main break in Dunmore. Bilwaski spent much of his weekend without running water at all. He went to East Grant Street by the firehouse in Oliphant to get some, but the water looked like this.
You could see as it settled, all this like mud silt at the bottom of the containers. So certainly not something I'd be looking to ingest in any manner.
The tanker on East Grant has clean running water now, but he says he'll be sticking to bottled for the remainder of the boil advisory. And he says he's gone through at least 35 bottles of water since the service disruption. At least today he has water for his showers and toilets. He's grateful it was this weekend and not next when he plans to have a full house for Easter.
A couple dozen people and your toilets aren't working, that's not pretty.
But Bilwaski isn't the only one who's had to rethink the way they operate with water. Excelsior Hose Company had to prepare for what they would do if a major fire happened, band with other departments, and use the Lackawanna River.
That would have kept up with, even if we had a big fire here in town, we could have hooked one of our 4-inch lines and had more than enough water to supply to any of the fire apparatus necessary to fight the fire in all of it.
He says the rain may have caused the rivers to rise last week, but he's glad the water was there had they needed it. Katie Berlin, Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Great night for baseball. It is opening night for the Rail Riders.
Yeah, PNC Field was packed with fans earlier tonight, and that's where Fox 56's Aaron Dugan is. Aaron, how's it going out there?
It was such a fantastic night for baseball, Dane and Ryan. Absolutely perfect weather. The fans were lined up for hours before the gates opened at 6 p.m., and the ballpark was packed all night long. One last wipe of the seats, and it was play ball here at PNC Field in music for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders home opener. Fans started lining up hours before the gates opened to come and support the reigning AAA national champs.
I mean, I'm as excited as these players are. I was telling our staff, usually we're more excited, it seems like, for opening day to start because we had such a long off season. But I can honestly say I think this is the first year our fans are actually either as excited or more excited. So it was awesome to see all those people standing up before the gates open.
I'm so excited. I'm excited to see the Rail Riders play the game.
What are you going to eat here tonight?
Ice cream, and that's it.
It's a lot of fun, and I think it'll be a great learning opportunity for the teammates here.
We're going to unveil the trophies. We're going to show a nice little video up there. We're going to raise the flag, and then we're going to announce both teams, like we call it World Series style. They're all going to come out for the first game.
In a pregame ceremony, fans cheered as the team's 2016 championship banner went up in right field. Rail Riders president Josh Olerud was enthused by the turnout and hopes for a fun season for fans and maybe another championship ring.
I think the championship actually really helped us gain some fans last year. There's a lot of excitement to be a Yankee fan. They're very talented. They're winning at every level, and our guys are getting moved up regularly. And we actually had our starting pitcher for tomorrow get moved up, and I think it just all comes together with the excitement of being a Yankee affiliate and the youth movement that they have right now.
Now, there was not a whole lot of offense tonight. The Rail Riders had a spark in the 5th inning and scored 2 runs, and that would be it. They'd go on to win 2-0. That was the final score over their rivals, the Iron Pigs. So a great way to start things off. They lost 3 times over the weekend, so getting that win tonight at home, a big deal. In Lackawanna County, Aaron Dugan, Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Aaron, thank you. And you can watch the Rail Riders take on the Buffalo Bisons this Friday night at 6:30 on MyTV. In light of today's San Bernardino school shooting, we talked to local schools about safety. We'll tell you what they had to say. That's coming up.
And weather-wise, we are in store for a couple of days that are just going to be fantastic, but it won't be without some potential storms. Coming up, I'll show you how we not only could be dealing with regular thunderstorms, but potentially some turning severe. We'll be right back.